Okay. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man.
Nothing much.
Just injured as usual.
As usual. How's training going? You doing anything right now?
Yeah, I'm doing legs. I'm not doing that many like hard and heavy upper body movements because I'm having some bicep tendonitis.
Oh yeah, you had some arm wrestling moments.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you tell me or tell us about that?
How I got injured,
Yeah,
or maybe why I got injured.
or like the experience of that event shortly and like how it
Yeah, I
happened.
think it was because I did too much within a short time span.
Yeah, that's
So I
that's
had
the
like
classic.
I went to arm wrestling on a Tuesday. Then I did some more gym stuff the next few days.
Yeah.
Then I did like a really heavy bicep session on Friday.
Gotta have that.
Then I did a arm session on Sunday. Then I arm wrestled again on Tuesday.
Okay.
And it was after that it
Yeah.
really sprung back in action.
Yeah.
Because I did a lot of biceps in a short amount of time that my body wasn't prepared for at all.
Yeah.
And I think that Friday I did some heavy drinking as well because we had a
Yeah.
like company party.
Yeah. Okay. And that tendon is like it's very common to injure,
Yeah.
and it isn't that hard to like strain or overuse like that. So I I think that's a very normal injury, especially after those kind of activities and situations. But yeah.
So that's what I'm dealing with right now. But I'm still doing stuff for my arms,
Yeah.
for my forearms, for my triceps, all that stuff. I'm getting a pump every day.
Yeah.
Actually feels great. I feel like I'm almost back on the horse. Just a few more weeks.
Yeah.
And I'll be right back to where I left it off.
Awesome. And I think that's a perfect like transition and perfect like point into what we're talking about today, which is injuries and rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So we want to discuss like what kind of injuries do we have experience with, if we have any like larger or smaller, and a little bit as well reflect on what to do, what not to do, and some finishing words like of wisdom, if there's something we want to add for the folks out there that may have thoughts about how to deal with injuries and what to think about. Yeah, and you told me about like this also in the previous video, I believe. You mentioned it. And the thing you're talking about sounds a lot like active recovery as well. Like,
it does.
and this is something we discussed before this video, that if it's something that's like the number one thing we should stress and should prioritize when it comes to recovery, whether the size of the recovery is active recovery.
Yeah, absolutely.
And meaning like it's about to move the muscle or the tendon rather than what you move or the weight or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because when we're injured, often we don't have the capacities to maybe move as much or even move at all.
And it's not only that, but you get a little bit scared of moving that way.
Yeah, it's a very like big mental toll you get, because you have that like fear and anxiety of what if I break it again, or what if I make it worse, which is totally understandable. But therefore you must like put these small steps into baby steps. Like any step is like the most important part. It's not about the big step or what you do. Like just do something, just to keep it moving, keep your body active,
moving and grooving.
Yeah. But besides this injury, how has it been for you in the past, like with injuries and recovery? What's your experience?
I've had a lot of injuries. I've not had a serious injury. Like I wouldn't count this as serious. It could be serious if I ignored it. It could eventually lead to like a bicep tear.
Yeah, of
But
course.
I caught it so early on that it should be fine.
Yeah.
And before, in the past, I've had shoulder injuries. I've had like smaller. I've never torn a muscle,
No.
but I've had like muscle strains
Yeah.
in my back, in my chest, in my legs. I've had lots of muscle strains.
Yeah.
And that's just from being a little bit stupid, you know,
Yeah.
a little bit reckless.
Gotta be reckless
Yeah.
sometimes.
And I've had some shoulder problems, but I don't think
Yeah,
those
but
were
like,
injuries.
Just a lot of minor stuff, but
Yeah.
a lot of upper body.
Yeah, and of course the knees. I've had a lot of knee
Yeah,
problems,
I know
but I
that.
don't. But also, not really injuries.
No.
I think I haven't hurt myself in that way, really badly. So, but minor stuff here and there, a little bit here and there, and I think I've gotten more resilient now, just adding more meat to my body.
Yeah.
So
And that's a very good point. Is there something else in details you aim to do for the future, like to avoid certain injuries?
yeah, I think also it's very important to not like ignore certain rep ranges, you know. I feel like
That's a good point.
for me it feels like it gives a sort of a protective effect to do high rep stuff on
Yeah.
movements.
Yeah.
I don't know, it could just be me. It's anecdotal. There's nothing scientific about it, but for me it seems to help.
Yeah.
And it could be because this is bro science. You know, getting blood to your muscle, you can just do this and you're gonna get blood to your biceps. But getting blood to the ligament is completely different.
Yeah.
That's like you gotta do a lot of reps and put a lot of tension through that ligament in order for it to get actual blood in there for a little while.
Oh yeah.
And I think doing those higher rep sets manages that better than just going in and busting out a fiver, you know.
Yeah. And I believe that was like slightly my thought. If you remember when I started with the squatting everyday routine a couple of years back, then it was like not only squatting every day, but squatting very high rep.
Yeah.
Like I could do my normal routine, squatting heavy, squatting low rep,
Yeah.
but then I always finished with a like AMRAP sort of setup, like just pumping out as many reps as possible with only like the barbell or maybe like a smaller weight.
But did you do that because you had some kind of injury or niggling pain, lingering?
No, I didn't do it because any of that. I did it because the squats had and still has always been a weak lift and like an enemy of mine because long legs gang here. So I just wanted to do something out of pocket, something I haven't done. Like high reps is something I was very weak at.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I want to do something I'm very weak at because then I will be stronger at it. It's logical, but also to what is it, like strengthen what we're talking about right now, like the ability to recover faster and my knees and muscles to handle more.
Yeah.
I did it a lot to prevent injuries, yes, but not because any specific injury.
Yeah.
And I think it helped a lot for me, like just doing high reps, no matter the weight. It did a great deal. I don't do it as much anymore, but hey, sometimes I think I would want to do it at any aspect within the same frames again. But yeah, we'll see.
Have you had any injuries though?
I think I kind of have the same answer as you. I have
Yeah.
had some smaller stuff here and there, more muscle related
Yeah.
stuff. Wouldn't call them like injuries, as you said, because mostly it's things happening from overuse,
Yeah.
or maybe like training when you have like slept only like 5 hours or
Yeah.
something. That
Or
could
dehydrated.
or dehydrated or stress or something like
Yeah.
that. Like the only like injuries that comes to mind is, first of all, and you remember this, where when we lived in Sweden together, I think I had like plantar fasciitis, and that's like a really immense strain and pain slightly under your feet. And I remember I got that like because I've always walked a lot.
Yeah.
I still am today. I walk to and from work and to coaching classes and so on. So I get like 7 kilometers per day about. And back then and still today, I sometimes deadlift with flat shoes
Yeah.
or barefoot
Yeah.
or like with socks on. And then you have a really strong and active tension between the feet and the ground. But that's also why I do it, to like build strong feet and get that engagement between the feet and the floor, which
Yeah. We did a
creates
lot.
a good pull for me. So I do it because of that, but there's always the risk, but that's just something you have to deal with when it comes to. But that's about it. And
Am I crazy, or did we take off our shoes when we deadlifted, when we lived together, when we went to the gym?
yeah, shoes we often took off because sometimes we
think
had
so,
like
yeah.
heel elevated shoes, and
Yeah.
it's really no good to do that.
Yeah,
And right
I
now
think we
I
did.
always deadlift with flats.
I only have flats, so.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, it becomes like a deficit.
Yeah.
And the other big thing, or like as big as I can remember, is the chest strain. Maybe I would say a little bit over a year ago, maybe. And that was actually after poor night's sleep. I remember I maybe slept about a little bit over 5 hours that day. But I was like, hey, I still want to get something done at the gym. Even though I had little sleep, I felt pretty like alert and energized.
Yeah.
So then it was like, hey, still feeling good. Let's go and try. And the bench was feeling good.
Okay.
Actually, it wasn't. It was on the set. I did like, I think it was a set of 120, and it felt really good. So that was never the problem. But on the last set where I did like 1 rep, just before lockout, like after hitting the chest, I heard like a snap or like pop sound. And that's like always alerting when you know about these ruptures and chest tears on the internet.
Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't a tear, because if it was, it would be way more pain and you would see it. But yeah, I talked about it afterwards. My girlfriend is a physiotherapist, so she advised me in some things there. But we think it was just a more severe type of strain, because I maybe had a couple of weeks off the bench and off that work. I did other things though instead to rehab, but today I'm like totally healed in that area.
What would you say, as far as it comes to different variations of lifting? We have CrossFit, powerlifting, bodybuilding. Where do you see the most injuries occurring? Seeing as you've been in sort of all of them, where would you say you're most prone to injury, and what kind of different injuries maybe?
I would say, I think it's individual, of course, but
Yeah,
I would
it is.
say
Absolutely.
powerlifting
Yeah.
for sure, because, well, the obvious reason we lift the heaviest
Yeah,
weights
the big
in
loads.
powerlifting, but also we don't engage in variation, like it's low reps, high intensity.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're competing and engaging in more advanced type of powerlifting, you will include a lot of high rep and a lot of
Yeah.
lightweight
Yeah.
things to um, transition into your big lifts. But even then, it's like I see it so many times where you have lacking mobility, you lift too much, and even if you have
Yeah.
good form and good mobility, you can still strain and overuse. And that's the big difference between powerlifting and, let's say, CrossFit, which I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Immediately when I switched to CrossFit, my recovery was like off the charts. It was so much better. And I never had that much of an issue with recovery, even in powerlifting.
Yeah.
But it was like I could do a, let's say, heavy squat day, then I was sore like 3 days afterwards, even if I had good programming and good recovery outside the gym. But with CrossFit, it's like, even if it's a really intense workout, I could go again the next day, because in CrossFit it's not about the heavy weights. We lift heavy there too, but that's not the point. It's way more for the lungs, like the cardio and the high rep. And in CrossFit we don't have any specific like 8 reps, 12 reps, 5 reps, because that's not what the sport is about. It's more about like,
Working capacity.
yeah, and it's more about the process of training together, not the efficiency of the training itself. It's like new training programs every day, and it's like very much with your body weight too. So I get way more out of it, and the maybe physiological reason behind that is because I get increased blood flow to my muscles, because I use them way faster with more rapid rate when you do things like burpees, running, rowing,
Yeah.
explosive Olympic lifts. I get a lot of fast moving and a lot of more blood flow, which therefore increases my recovery.
Yeah. And I feel like powerlifting is a trap, right? Because it's also such a skill-based sport. So like, I want to get really good at doing this one lift. I want to do it a lot and often, which makes it more prone to overuse injuries. And then I'm going to have a really heavy day in there somewhere, maybe once a week if I can handle it. And that makes like putting yourself under those really heavy loads could be.
Yeah.
It's still a very small chance to get injured. Don't get us wrong. You're not going to get injured just because you do powerlifting. It's still a very small chance to get
Yeah.
injured. Same with CrossFit. But I would say the smallest chance to get injured is in bodybuilding. Because if there is something that bothers you, you can just swap out the movement and do something else to target that area of your body.
Yeah, and bodybuilding is also a lot about lightweights.
Yeah, it could be
It's
like
not about lightweights, but what I'm saying is that you could alter the movements with, let's say, the tempo, doing negatives,
Yep,
holding
that's
the
true.
weights with a really light
Yeah,
weight.
you can find ways to make something harder with less weight. Yeah.
Yeah, you still lift heavy in bodybuilding, but I feel like that
It's
is
not as necessary.
no, it is. It is not, because you're not necessarily lifting for the strength in bodybuilding. It's more hypertrophic work
Yeah, putting
there.
tension on the muscle.
Yeah, So yeah, I agree with that. But I think like especially CrossFit,
I think
it's
it gets a
better.
bad rap because people do it wrong.
And yeah, they do it, and but that comes with like anything. If you do it
Yeah.
wrong, you will get injured.
Yeah,
But
true.
I think it also gets a bad rap because people compare it to what they see at the CrossFit Games, which are the highest levels of
True.
athletes, by the way. They're like only a small percentage will ever reach that level in their lifetime, even if they CrossFit for over like 10, 20 years. Like, they are really insane. Because when I coach, even when I coach CrossFit, I have a lot of people that's in their 50s, 60s right now doing like really good. Of course, they have been doing it for a couple of years, but they don't like get injured either, like
No,
in my
no, no.
class. And I think that's also why CrossFit is so good for like recovery.
Yeah.
It's often done within groups or by coaches. Powerlifting and bodybuilding and all that, you can have coaches for that too.
Yeah.
But it's more usual that you do it by yourself. In CrossFit, it's often led by coaches, so you will get like the help and the assistance that you need
Yeah.
to perform it well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
All right, let's get one takeaway point from all of this. I would say it's to maximize blood flow to your injured area in whatever way you can. If you can only lift 1 kilo with your biceps because you have a tendonitis or something, then lift 1 kilo.
yeah, it's about the continuity. That's a hard word.
Continuity.
Thank you. It sounded so different in my head, but yeah, it's all about like doing it more frequently instead of doing it efficiently or doing it well, because we need to
Yeah.
be moving every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's
right.
wrap it up.
Let's wrap up.
See you guys later.
See
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.